secret never killed me. That's the problem. I stayed alive long enough to watch it become part of me. Everybody thinks secrets are things you hide from other people. Mine wasn't. Mine was something I hid from myself, something I kept burying. Every time it tried to surface, every time it asked for air, every time it reminded me that silence and healing are not the same thing. So I smiled, answered questions, changed the subject, played the version of myself everyone seemed comfortable with. And eventually I got so good at pretending I almost believed it too. But the truth has a pulse, you can cover it, ignore it, drown it out, it still beats underneath. The secret I took to the grave wasn't what happened, it was what it did to me. The way it changed my reflection, the way it changed my voice, the way it taught me to disappear without ever leaving the room. The secret I took to the grave was never dead, just hidden. There were moments I almost told somebody, little moments, fragile moments, a conversation at midnight, a question asked gently, a hand reaching toward me without judgment. And every single time I felt the words arrive right there on the edge of becoming real, then fear would step in. Fear always arrived early, telling me, if they know, everything changes. If they know, they'll see you differently. If they know, you'll lose what's left. So I swallowed the truth before it could introduce itself. Fear has a talent for sounding responsible, even when it's lying. The secret I took to the grave built walls nobody noticed. It smiled in photographs, laughed at parties, answered messages, made plans. Meanwhile, a completely different version of me was trapped beneath the surface, waiting. The secret I took to the grave, learned how to wear my fate. People said I seemed distant, I told them I was tired. People said I seemed different, I blamed growing up. People said I looked sad, I learned how to smile better. Isn't that strange? How easy it is to hide in plain sight, how loneliness can survive inside crowded rooms, how pain can become so familiar you stop noticing it's there. Maybe that's why the hardest prisons don't have bars, they have silence. The truth is, the secret wasn't ugly, the secret wasn't shameful, the secret wasn't dangerous, the secret was vulnerable. And vulnerability terrified me more than anything, because secrets create distance, and distance feels safe. Safe from judgment, safe from disappointment, safe from being seen. But safety has a cost, and eventually mine became too expensive. The things we refuse to say still shape our lives, whether we admit it or not. The secret I took to the grave was never really a secret. My body knew, my mind knew, my sleepless nights knew, my anxiety knew. The only person still pretending was me. The secret I took to the grave was the truth I spent years running from. Then one night I imagined my future, not next week, not next year. The end, the final chapter, the last version of me. And suddenly a question appeared, one simple question, one terrifying question. What if the real tragedy isn't what happened? What if the real tragedy is leaving this world without ever being known? That question stayed with me, followed me, haunting me, because for the first time I understood something. Secrets don't only hide pain, sometimes they hide people. I wonder how many versions of ourselves we bury prematurely. How many dreams, how many truths, how many conversations, how many confessions, how many chances at connection, all because fear convinced us being accepted was more important than being authentic. I spent years trying to protect myself without realizing I was also losing myself. Maybe courage isn't telling everyone. Maybe courage is telling the truth to yourself first. The secret I took to the grave changed the moment I stopped calling it a secret. The moment I looked at it without shame, without excuses, without running. The secret I took to the grave wasn't the story, avoiding it was. And once I faced it, something unexpected happened. It got smaller and I got bigger. I used to believe the strongest people were the ones who carried everything alone. Now I think strength looks different. I think strength looks like honesty, looks like openness, looks like letting yourself be understood, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's messy, even when there's no guarantee people will respond the way you hope. Because hide you can protect you from rejection, but it also protects you.